Alright, yes, we will escort you home. Alright, since I've already gotten the clone and everything, there's not really anything you need to do at the fair. There's not really anything you need to do here ever again, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, now, just in case, let's see. Okay, I think this was... Yeah, this was the last new ending I got, I believe. So, I'm going to save over this file. Yay, we've returned. It's the first save. Oh, okay. It's been too long since I played Chrono Cross. So, thanks for that, and thanks for coming in, Silent Martyr. It's good to see you in the stream. And yeah, it's been some time since I played Chrono Cross as well, so pardon any ignorance that comes out of that, I guess. I am thinking pretty seriously about having that as, well, it won't be my fourth LP, because my fourth LP is going to be Tales of the Abyss. I've seriously considered doing that as my fifth one. Of course, that would be, God, probably middle of next year, I would expect, because Tales of the Abyss is going to be a long LP. Honey, I'm home! And then because, well, she disappeared for who knows how long. We don't actually know how long the game considers her to have been disappeared. Yeah, my next LP after Suikoden 2 is going to be Tales of the Abyss. I am playing through it right now to get another kind of a good feel for the game. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do that, though. You scoundrel! Arrest him! You confuse her. See, this is what I don't get. You confuse her and try to take over the throne. I mean, you could hold her for ransom or what have you, but you couldn't actually get the throne by doing that, because there's a king and an army that would kind of kill you. And then, of course, all the guards go rushing out and everybody gets all crazy. And then, stop this at once with the... It's too bad you can't see her expression, though. But it's her, I mean, top of her lungs, holy crap sort of thing. And then he jumps 15 feet in the air again. Princess Nadia said too, I overrule it! And so we get tossed in jail. And it's the trial! Whee! Shoot first, ask questions later. Yeah, pretty much. Little recognizing the fact that it was Chrono who actually brought her back safe and sound to begin with. So, go figure. I'm the Chancellor. Hi, I'm Pierre, the lawyer. Yeah, I kidnapped the princess, but she was annoying. And you can clearly tell what side the crowd is on. Especially once the verdict starts getting read out. Fire, perhaps? Hang him upside down for a few years? Or shall we employ the guillotine? Yeah, definite tone shift. I mean, if they're talking about guillotines, oh. Yes, let us begin. Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you planet, I guess. Well, yeah, I mean, yes and no, because the events, I don't think you were in here when I was going through the Millennial Fair the first time, but you can be convicted, you can be declared guilty or not guilty, but you get thrown in jail either way, sadly. Did he kidnap Princess Nadia? No, there was no abduction. Is this true? Who actually started this whole mess? Now, this last choice actually can affect how the trial goes, because in spite of how it actually happens, the way that the game portrays it is that you are the one that started this. And if you try to lie, then, well, you get in trouble for it. Now, again, it's going to show a scene of this happening regardless of how it actually did happen. Which I find interesting that even though they didn't actually run into each other, they ran into each other. As the princess then innocently followed you. Mwahahaha. Oh, no you don't. We have nothing to hide. Yep. Of course, to be fair, the Chancellor's right about this. Because if he's charging us with premeditated abduction, then Chrono's character is very much at the heart of the case. Yeah, objection! Although, we don't have Phoenix Wright on our side, sadly. And this is where the kitty cat comes into play. Because the little girl come in and vouch for us. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't do it, but I can at least make the sound anyway as best I know how. This nice man, he brought me my kitty. Aww. I love it. Doesn't this young man deserve a medal? Was there any motive for this fine citizen to kidnap Princess Nadia? Nope. What about ransom? Her fortune did tempt you, did it not? Now, if you had said yes here, or if you had said yes at the fair to try to sell it, then you would be lying here if you said no. But if you say no at the fair, then you can safely say no, and then say you were not at all tempted, and he has nothing to say. But if you had said yes, and then you tried to lie here, then he would have pinned you. It's evident that my client is a fine, noble young man. Alrighty. If he's guilty, stand to the left. If innocent, stand to the right. Not guilty. And you hear the boo. Well, it's kind of hard to hear the boos, but you can tell that the crowd does not want us to be not guilty. They want us to be guilty. Not Gill Cup. Okay. Yeah, I think I did get a full acquittal. Although, one thing I will say, I never actually even noticed before, but the judges, or the folks on the top rafters there, their directions actually do change. I don't think I ever saw that before. Calm down, Peanut Gallery. Yep, we got a full acquittal. A verdict has been reached. Not guilty. Although, yeah, we need Phoenix Wright, ... flashing across the screen. But the fact remains that even if he didn't kidnap her, he ran off with her, so we're going to stick him in solitary confinement for 3 days. And then the Chancellor's going to try to kill us. Now, just a darn minute, because this is a Nintendo of America game. Now, you mentioned the peanut galleries in the courts. I assume that's what you see in the Phoenix Wright shots. With when it does the pan shot of all the members of the court, I'm guessing what you see is the peanut gallery, I suppose. All I ask for you to is behave like a princess. We're leaving. No! Don't think you should get anything more intense than parole. Well, I don't know. I mean, he did run off with the princess, even if he didn't have anything to do with her actual disappearance. So, I don't know. I mean, solitary confinement, I guess, would be not worse. Juries didn't exist in Japanese courts. Yeah, Well, that makes sense. Terrorists have tried to overthrow our kingdom. No, I didn't. And, of course, they're all acting like he actually wasn't... He actually was guilty, although you do have one line. Execution? I didn't hear anything about an execution. How dare you question me? The paperwork's just been held up in the system. Good old paperwork excuse. Gods? And then somehow the prison or the escort guards look modern, but the prison guards are straight out of archaic medieval times. Alright, so yay, we're in jail. Hooray. Now, interestingly, you can play this one of two ways. You can either sit there for 3 days and wait for Bly / Lucia to come rescue you, or you can actually escape. So we got 6 little clips, or 6 little sounds and 1 item. Pipe down, you. Ooh, I'll show him. Open it up. You gotta talk to the gate, or you gotta push up against the gate 3 times to cue the escape. Yeah, waiting. Yeah, waiting is faster. Because you get Chrono, or because, I think Lucia shows up and just rescues you. And, whack. Oh, noes. Where do you think you're going? I'm getting out of here, buddy. Okay. That actually might have been something worth doing, just to see it, but too late now, I guess. Alright. So, I don't know how I'm going to do with the items. I might just try for straight up getting out of here, because we don't really need the items per se, but at the very least we can start smacking guards upside the head. Thwack. And you can get items from them. Just bolt to the end. Yeah. Well, I do want to rescue what's his face. Crap. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fortunately, though, again, these guys aren't going to be that hard, so... And the Omnicron somehow doesn't die, he just runs off, and we can actually run off before him. Because he does actually... Okay, now can I pull this off? Can I sneak between them? Yes! Because he does actually get you... let's see, I think it's this way, actually. He does actually get you some stuff after you get out of prison, so I will look into doing that. I think he's actually right bottom, I believe, going the direction I am right now. Wait. Yeah. It's tricky. You have to know pretty much the exact placement, but yeah, you can do that. Alright, now... Crap, I got caught! Turn around. And thunk. I figure I'll collect his item while I'm here. Now, this is the one that I need to do to try to unlock the prisoner. Alright, so, of course, grab my item from you. Help! Help! Yes, of course. Save the man. And somehow, although the guillotine doesn't move at all, he magically gets out. Fritz, that's his name, okay. Yeah, speaking of speed running, I'm not sure, Silent Martyr, if you were in at the beginning of the stream, but I was... Crap. I was going to try to get him. He looked like he's just ahead, yeah. But I actually watched a little bit of the Games Done Quick run of Chrono Trigger. I think it was Sunday, maybe? And I only watched probably about 15 minutes or so of it, but my God, some of the things that they were able to do. Now, granted, to a degree, they had kind of broken the game, so that certainly didn't hurt, but, all right, here we go. We are at the end. And yeah, I just left all the treasure behind, but I think you actually can go back and get it, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I couldn't believe some of the things they were able to do in that. Goodness. I mean, their knowledge of the game is insane. To be able to avoid enemies by knowing the exact pixels where they spawned. Help! Thwack. There it is. Hey, what's up, Bly? Most of it's to skip bosses. Yeah. I noticed the boss that I saw them doing was, I think they skipped the second Nisbel boss. Alright, we can talk to this thing. Basically, all it really does is tell us the the weaknesses of the upcoming boss, the dragon tank. So, kill the head first, and then we can just basically nuke it. Then talk to the prison guard, and you get a 5 mid-tonics, actually. Oh, okay. That is just really impressive. I don't see myself ever doing anything like that because, well, I just don't have the time. Nor do I have the wherewithal to learn all those tricks, but it was really impressive what they were able to do. And not just that, but crush those rebels, although we're not rebels. Did I, or... Oh God, well, I definitely didn't. Alright, now, nuke him with flare! And... dead dragon tank. And then in epic pose, thwack. Sounds like Woolsey was watching Star Wars. I am not that good at the racing game somehow. I don't even know what you get for a perfect score. I love this. We get to use these guys as a bridge. Don't fool yourselves into thinking you've gotten away with this. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. Okay, that's enough. And then we get to run through... Oh, wait, I can go ahead and pick up the treasures because it's the present. And I think we can actually go down here, but they'll start trapping us if we try. So let's go ahead and run out of here and get run out of town. We have no choice but to break through. Run! But we don't break through, we just run away. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, let me through. A Johnny Test episode. Well, I don't think the Chrono Trigger line really referenced Scooby-Doo quite so much, but I just figured I would for the heck of it. Yes, ma'am. And then, well, we get trumped by the king. Bleh. And the Chancellor does his super jump again. Father, no, don't do this to us. The throne comes before your personal wishes. Although we proved in a trial he didn't do anything, except try to escape jail. You pick up strange ideas. Then screw this crap. Whisk. And the dress disappears before she can even take it off. And yes, apparently the Chancellor is an evil version of Mario. Would that make him Wario then? Eh. Aw, sad king. Okay, now we can only go this way, or the way that they're directing us to. Excuse me. If you try to go any other direction, the soldiers will push you back, and they'll just go, silence, there's no escape, and other such lines. So we gotta go this way, where we find a time gate in the middle of freaking nowhere. Wario with a beard. Yeah. Well, I gotta wonder what he would look like with a beard, though. I mean, he's just got the epic mustache. Who cares? This place stinks anyway. This is completely irrational, which is pretty much Bly's favorite line, I think. Yeah, I know, right? How utterly convenient. Oh, yeah! Yes, let's see Chancellor Face. Where apparently, not only can he jump 20 feet, he's got a giant jaw! Ah! I love that look. We'll get to see it, I think, another time or two. So, yeah. They're gone. And we've headed off into a time gate, too. Who the heck knows where? Well, we know where, but still. And we all get tossed out of it. But where are we? We have no clue. But thanks to Bly's knowledge of everything here, it turns out we're not in Kansas anymore. Now, if you go back through the time gate, you can try to go back through the forest, but they'll just stop you again. So don't even really worry about it. So we are in question mark. And this is, of course, really where the game gets going. Because, well, yes, I've got cash, but I don't really need to buy anything. I mean, I've got, well, pretty much everything I need. I agree. I think they did the future pretty well here. Here we have the Inertron, which I'll use, though I hardly need to actually heal. Well, I do kind of need to heal my magic, but still. But you're still hungry. I do have to admit, I found it a nice touch that they incorporated the Inertron into Chrono Cross, even if it is just a cameo appearance, by and large. Wait, they changed that? How did they change that? Why did they... Well, yeah, why did they change it? But what did they change it to? Alright, Lab 16, where I will probably fail at trying to skip enemies. And fail at trying to skip rats. Such as this battle, I believe. I don't think you... Oh, you can skip it. Wow. Never mind, I'm not going to fail at skipping enemies. Yet. I guess. Alright. But you're just as hungry as you were before. Oh, come on. Yeah, no. You jerk. Well, I'm not running after him to get my tonic back. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, now, can I go down here and skip these? Holy crap, I'm actually doing a decent job of skipping these enemies. I didn't think I would. The DS version was fixed to the true translation. Yeah, I mean, it is, though, to some degree, like saying like changing "You Spoony Bard," because, well, it's just one of those iconic lines. I don't know. I mean, it's, I guess the whole idea of doing retranslations, crap. Oh well. Now these guys I've got to blast with magic, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, since I've not used, I don't think I've used any of, have I used any of Marley's attacks yet? I don't think I have, so let's go ahead and Ice 2 these guys to death, because physical attacks will miss them. But yeah, I think the whole idea of going back through and doing retranslations, I can see the merit in it because, well, a lot of games back in the day were just poorly translated. Just bad. But at the same time, though, I think it also stands to reason that you could go in and keep some of the more iconic lines. Okay, well, I guess I could have tried that out with Chrono, I suppose, but I don't know. I just prefer to stick to Magic in that case. Now, granted, when you're actually playing through this the first time, you don't have Magic yet, so... Darn it, I was hoping I could skip him. So you actually have to use some of the flame hits, the physical Magic type attacks, to be able to hit them. Okay, they can't be hit by any physical attacks, okay. Well, that's certainly something worth looking into anyway. And I actually managed to make it out of there with 3 battles. That's odd. This man are sick. Alright, I actually am going to go ahead and clear through the sewer access. You don't have to do this yet in the game. You actually can wait until much later. But since I'm uber powerful, well, not uber powerful, but since I'm powerful already, I'll go ahead and do it. Must report to Sir Crawley. Oh, noes. Sir Crawley. And that's just... Okay, that's enemies and treasure. Whoop-de-doo. Ah. Now, the funny thing about this area is it's actually pretty easy to get through this without fighting a whole lot of enemies. Just because of the way it's set up. Yeah. It's not overly... But I think the game kind of leaves it up to you as to whether you want to do it when you originally go through or whether you do it later. Because it doesn't really give any indication that this place is even somewhere you're supposed to go yet. There is a bridge, Ribbit. Let's scram, Gribbit. Alright, so... Yeah, this is a creepy spot. Or, okay, spooky, sorry. And eerie. So I missed it both times. Spooky, eerie, but not creepy. Never creepy. And don't talk to the cat. And I'm not going to bother with the document because this doesn't really play much of a role right now. But don't talk to be safe, don't talk to anything on this route. I know there's one that actually is a save point, and it's not this. That's a fake save point. So if you want to get through quickly, just don't talk to anything here. Then, let's see, sneak around you. And that's not the switch. The switch is the other way. Okay, switch is through here. Yes. Alrighty. And then just wind our way around here. And we get another frog scene. It's a trap! I know. So switch on, Gribbit. But they're frogs, and they can't jump that high, which is weird. And you call yourself a frog, Ribbit Gribbit. I do have to admit, I kind of wish you could actually fight those frogs at the end. It'd be a nice little touch. Alright, well, since the treasure's right here, this is the first of the items that I really looked at and went, ooh, when I played this the first time. Because I've got the Frenzy Band on. The Rage Band gives you 50% counterattack. That helps out a lot, especially when, well, we come up to this. Yep, we're here. Coming through the sewer like they own it. They must have a death wish. No, it is you who shall learn the lesson. And here comes the epic mwahaha moment. Hee hee hee. They'll be chopped liver. Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. Har 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 har. Ha 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 ha. Hee hee hee. And then the guard notices, oh crap, they're here. Oh yes, definitely. The Rage Band is fantastic. Even before you get the Rainbow Sword. The Rainbow Sword just makes the Rage Band or the Fury Band just completely nuts. Alright, and we're going to Delta Force this guy too. I figure, why not? Even though he's getting himself tossed around so Chrono's counter might kill him. Yep, Chrono's counter killed him. Of course, Crawley just used the first example of something that Chrono Trigger tends to lean on pretty heavily, especially toward the end of the game. The 1 HP attacks. Ugh, those stupid things. But, a couple of shots of aura, and I'm back up to speed. Now, that is the boss of this area, and not all that hard, really. Not really all that hard when you actually play through it the first time. But by taking down the bridge, you actually open up the shortcut to be able to get back through this area in about 5 seconds. On the other side, of course, is areas that we won't really bother with later, and a character who won't come into play until much later here at the Keeper's Dome. That's pretty much... Oh, wow, okay. Well, now I know, I guess, if I ever decide I want to play through critical mode, or if I ever get the final mix version. And just like that, in about 60 seconds, we're back through the sewer access. So where we were supposed to go is the Eris Dome, where, well, everybody's all depressed again because they have no food. Alright, let's see. Who am I? I'm alive, buddy. Where are you from? Yep. They crossed the ruins? We sure did, and it actually wasn't that tough. Well, it wasn't that tough because I didn't get into very many fights. I was a little surprised by that, actually. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and rest here in the Inertron just to get everything back up in play. Alright. And I think we officially cue this by talking to Doan, descendant of the director of this info center. Huge basement and a storage center for food. We can't get through because of the robot guards. Well, we can cue this by going down here. Yep, we're going down here. Alright, now. Of course, we can't do anything with this yet. We won't be able to do anything with it for a little bit. But now we get the rafters! Oh boy. Prelude to one of the more annoying brief sections of the game where we get to chase after that thing. Anyone within the vicinity of the stockroom will be attacked, and we'll just luminaire it to death. But we get in here, the alarms are already going off, and we get flattened by the Guardian. Aqua! Let's go! Let's kill it! So we get the Guardian and its 2 little bits, which, well, go down to 1 good shot of Luminaire. This actually, I think this is the first boss battle in the game where I really had a lot of trouble playing through it as a kid and in my first go-through with the LP. Because this is really the first boss that can challenge you if you're relatively low level. So if you do fight him low level or you're fighting through the game just to begin with, okay, that's kind of what I figured. Then what you would have to do is try to take out the bits first, and then it would allow you to go after the Guardian without much in the way of any sort of obtrusion. Okay, yep, the refrigeration failed. It's a seed! Alright, so we pick up the treasure, and if you talk to him again, you get a note. The rat is more than just a statue. Catch it! So, now we get to try to catch the dang rat. Ah! Dash with B, catch him with A. I am not very good at this, so yeah, we'll see how well I do. Just because whenever he cuts the corners, I usually get stuck on them. Oh, and yeah, I'm not that good at this. Go figure. I get the clone the first time, although I'm not that good at that game. I get the rat the first time, although I'm not that good at this one. And this is going to be interesting because, and if you make mistakes, you won't be sorry. You just have to go back and redo it. But this is going to be interesting because I don't know. Oh, all right. This is where I'm going to have a little bit of trouble because I'm playing it on an emulator. Shh. But, come on, let me cue it. Oh, holy crap, never mind. It worked perfectly. Alright. Yeah, scratch that whole emulator stuff. I mean, I am playing on one, but usually when you're playing on something other than the original system, that will cause problems because you'll be less able to hit L for some reason to do that button combo at the same time. But it worked actually really well, so yay me, I guess. Alright, so basically now we're just heading through the back end of the dome here. And what is... I don't remember the shortcut around this area. Actually, I think that is the shortcut right there. Let's see, because I don't believe... Let me look up here. I don't think there's anything... No, that's a red herring up there. Alright, now, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the machine first, because you've got to go through, no, that's the door, okay, never mind. Let me go back and cue this, open up the other machine area before I do this, just to go ahead, save a little bit of time for later. There we go, okay. Now, granted, save all of about 5 seconds for later, but now while I'm here, I might as well do it now. And then we get the part where the game really starts getting good. The Info Center, where we discover what did this to the world in the first place. And of course, we also end up finding out that our next destination is Protodome right down here. Now, I'm curious how she knows that, because she speaks of it as though she already knew the name of the thing, which is a little off. Yep. But then Aqua pushes the red button and, well, the day of Lavos. And then, as you would expect, everybody freaks out. Because, naturally, we just saw a giant porcupine destroy the world. This is the part in the game where I really, especially playing it the first time as a kid, where it really grabbed me, I think. Because you get a very distinct sense here that the very fate of the world is at stake, because you just saw Lavos destroy it. And then we get our mission to save history, basically. Or to save, well, not just the world, but to save the world in 3 or 4 different eras, as it turns out. Now, if you hit no here, I think it actually just cues the conversation again. And yeah, that's true. I mean, it does, that little mellow area, they work it really well with the build-up. Because now, I mean, you hear it now, it's crescendoing back into Lavos, back into his theme. But now, yes, we're going to take care of it. And then we get the epic character theme again. And then it directs us, hey, let's go back to our own time, darn it. So, we get the epic theme playing throughout the whole rest of our time in this area, including the encounters that we can get into, should we choose to do so. Alright, was I... Oh no, I can just loop around there. Yep, it's time to, well, make history, change history, however you want to put it. Nah, no, I don't want to fight you. Go away. Time to make breakfast. I'm probably going to get a bite to eat relatively soon myself, because I had some breakfast earlier, but I'm starting to get a little hungry. So what I may end up doing is get through the race, and then I'll probably step aside for a few minutes just to grab something to eat and then stretch my legs a little bit and then come back to it. Excuse me. Yep, this is the future, for us anyway. Who cares? What about the food? Well, we don't have food, but we do have a seed. Or seeds. Now, Guile as in Guile from Chrono Cross, or Guile from Street Fighter? Or other Guiles that I don't know about, maybe? I don't know. Okay, Street Fighter. God, it's been so long since I played that, I don't even remember the theme. I'll have to look into that. And yeah, it's because we're healthy. Which I think is also something else they changed in the DS version, if I'm not mistaken. Huh, they just might be our future. Go by way of Lab 32 and take the bite key. And don't lose. Hope it still works. Yeah. Okay. Because we have hope. Yeah. I mean, it's... yeah, get out of my way. But yeah, that's one of those things. I mean, that's not a particularly... Not a particularly vital line, really. But it's just something that... just something that really sticks with me. And it's also interesting to note that everybody is following you. They're looking at you as you're leaving. So whenever you change sides of the screen, they'll be looking at you as you leave. Everything fits with Guile's theme. Everything. Alright, so we've got Lab 32, which, depending on how you play it, actually can be an area of the game where you fight monsters. But I'm going to try to win the bike race and not stink at it. And then we get one of the coolest characters in the game, easily. Hold it right there. Hey, it's the man! Like, thanks for the intro, babe! You lowlifes can call me Johnny. Sorry, I know I said I wasn't going to narrate much, but I just could not. Now, I think actually... oh god, yeah, I think I know how to. I think I remember how to. But yeah, actually there is a song in Final Fantasy VI's soundtrack that's called Johnny C. Bad. I think it's the arena theme, I believe? Alright, let's play this and hope I don't screw up. Because basically this is an exercise in slingshottery. Let's see, B, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. B's the turbo. Just making sure. And yeah, I am not going to get a perfect score in this. I'm not even going to get close. Just FYI. I just basically try not to lose this thing the first time through. Which I think I actually did lose it the first time I played through on my LP, which was a little embarrassing. Alright, and I gotta wait for it. Yes! Yay! It's not a great score, but it'll do. Let's just let the victory theme float for a second while he continues running down the endless road here. Ha! We'll ride the wind, babe! And that's pretty much that. Although it is worth noting, if you go in here, you'll find another area where you actually can pick up the race log for him to keep score in regards to your different racing times. I'm not really going to worry about that, but it's there if you want to pick it up. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead, actually, and I'm going to go through to Protodome and get the next character and introduce the next area. Then I think I'm going to step aside for a minute and grab something to eat. So let's go ahead and head in here. And we get, I think, a battle. Yeah, I think we have to fight this battle. I gotta admit, though, going through so far, I've actually done a bit of a better job of avoiding battles than I thought I would. I thought I would end up forgetting how to get through some of these areas and then have to fight every single battle, but I've actually done okay with it. So it's made it a little bit less torturous, I guess, for you guys. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and flare these guys out, just because there's the Inertron right up there. Alright, so fortunately, Arrest is right there. Although, of course, we're still hungry. Oh, well, I guess it'd help if I go all the way down the stairs there. Jeez. What's this? It's a humanoid robot. Yep. And of course, Bly is ever able to fix anything, so there you go. And this really, I think, touches a lot at the heart of Lucia's or Bly's personality, really. She feels very sorry for machines because, well, they're turned to evil purposes by people. I do like the way that Chrono Trigger really set up the character development, because even in these little moments here where you wouldn't think there would be space for character development, they slip a little bit in here and there, and it really makes it nice as far as strong development goes. Alright, so let's power up the robot. Good morning! I'm not your mistress, I'm Aqua Space. And this is Chrono and Bly, who fixed you. Thank you. And a robot built in with inherent security protocols, or inherent formality protocols. Now, what's your name? My name is R66-Y, although they goof this up a little bit later in the game. I love it. Lucia's like, oh, that's awesome! And then Marley goes, no! We gotta give him a real name. So, alright folks, name your robot. One thing I will mention as, basically, I guess as I'm waiting, Proto. One thing I will mention is, generally the times that I've played Chrono Trigger before, I've not used Robo all that much, but I'm going to try doing so more in this one because, well, I've been informed that Robo is probably the most versatile character in the game. High health, high defense, and all that good stuff. So I'll try using him more. And thanks for coming in, Nico. Good to see you could join us. Thank you. All right, so looks like Robo is going to become a proto man of sorts, I guess. So all right, so there we go. Just need to give all your magic tabs to him. Yep, nobody's home. Well, we didn't actually survive. We came through a time warp. And I love how they sit here and tell him, hey, we came from the past. And he just doesn't even really blink, I guess. I guess in a future where they've got his sort of technology, I suppose it's not as strange for that sort of thing. Alright, yes, let's go to the factory up north. Yeah, we're time travelers. We're not crazy. No, we're just a bunch of teenagers trying to save the world. So someone has to stay behind. Well, since Robo has healing, not that I'm going to need it here, but since Robo has healing, I'm going to go ahead and have Aqua stay behind. Well, yeah, that is true. And then it shall be us, Lucia, and Bly going forth into the factory. But I think I'm going to step away for just a minute because I am hungry, and so food is of the essence. So I think actually this is a fairly decent song to kind of leave it on, but I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to a little bit of a slideshow for a few minutes while I step away from the computer. So hang tight just a minute. I'll be back in just a few after I get some food and such.